Hi, friends. In our time together today, I want to share a practice recommendation slash challenge and talk just a few minutes about reviews, why we do them, what good are they. Uh, so let's dive into that. So, the practice challenge slash recommendation is today, unless you've got other things already planned for your practice, go grab two tunes they might be ones that you played a while back you haven't looked at that you really like, or they might be ones you're just working on now to learn. Preferably a slow one and a fast one, because playing a slow one and working on it's going to do a few different things for you than playing a fast one. So pull them out, take a few minutes to reacquaint yourself with each of them, and then dive in. Play it, listen. How's my tone quality? Pay attention to your note transitions. How's my note transitions going? And then pay attention to the focus on, can you play it at speed? Build that up. What are you thinking about the ornamentations you're using? What do you think about the emotional expression you're using for the tunes? Dive into all that. Spend some time today working on two tunes. Then set them aside for a few days, and then come back to them and do it again. See, learning is not about cramming. Learning is about layering. Okay? So spend some time today. Set them aside. Do it again, and you're layering. If you spend all day today just cramming those tunes into your brain and fingers, a month from now, you probably won't remember them that well. But if you layer it over time, they're gonna be there, ready for you to play them. So that's that. I want to talk a little bit about reviews, whistle reviews, because I've had some really, really good conversations with a number of the folks in our community about whistle reviews, and so I wanted to share that. Some of the reflections that came out of those conversations with you, because I don't want us to fall into the trap that whistle reviews are just introductions to what you need to buy. Whistle reviews, the main purpose in a whistle review is to enable us to learn the playability and tone qualities and some other factors of a whistle before you go out and spend your money. So let's say you want to, like buying a car. You're not just going to run out and buy a car that your neighbor has. You're going to say, well, does my lifestyle, do I need an SUV? Do I need a sedan? Do I need great gas mileage? Do I need a truck? What do I need? And what's available? Do I have to get a used one, a new one? And you're gonna create a list, and then you're gonna narrow that list, and you're gonna get a few options, and you're gonna say, well, if I can go find a deal on any of these in my short list, I'm gonna be perfectly happy. Whistles are the same, and so that's why we do reviews. That's why I do reviews. I would be perfectly happy having a whistle, or two or three, because different tone qualities, remember, they do different things. The way I bought my Howard, my first low D whistle, and to date, year and a half later, still about at the top of my list. It may or may not have been supplanted by one of the Carbonies. We'll have to see. I spent a number of weeks, I get carried away. I spent at least 2-3 weeks listening and listening and listening, creating a short list, figuring out what on the short list I could afford, listening, and then choosing the Howard and finding one on sale. Good thing. And I like that. Now, if I had just run out and bought the whistle that, like, everybody's like, well, when you start off, you need to buy this one. Like, I wouldn't have been as happy. I have not needed another whistle OD because I chose well. So, please don't ever let the reviews I provide or the reviews someone else provides, don't ever hear any of us saying, this is the whistle you need to have. I can't tell you that. It's impossible for me to know that. I don't know what tone qualities you like, playability, what kind of music you're going to play. You got to choose that. That's why the reviews help. I love listening to reviews, though, because as often as not, I sit and listen to review and go, oh, I made a good choice, didn't I? I'm still very happy. Or sometimes a review helps me say, ooh, I might want that one on my short list. So anyway, let's think about the scenarios when a review or when reviews help, in addition to it's just fun to hear other whistles, right? So reviews help, especially when you're buying your first whistle. Don't throw money chasing a whistle. You buy one, you go blech. You buy another, you go blech. And then you're ready to quit. Spend the time to listen when you're buying your first whistle. Then you've been playing. Here's another scenario. You've been playing for a while and you're like, I love my whistle, but it's great for fast tunes, but it doesn't do the slow airs like I want. And that's one of the reasons the folks at Howard provide multiple heads. And that's like when Rob at Carbon, he sent me 2 low D whistles, wide bore, close finger spacing. And that's because one is better for the quicker tunes and others better for the airs. And so you've got to think, what do I want to play? And so you are likely to end up with more than one low D whistle or high D whistle because one does one thing and another does another. One's quiet, one's louder, and back and forth. So decide the tone qualities you want. That's why I talk about this. I want to help us make good choices. So your first whistle, your upgrade, or it might help you, like you're getting a little, I might say you need a different whistle, but that really goes into the upgrade. So those are the two main times. Three, sorry. You need your first whistle, you need an additional one, or you want to upgrade. That's the one I hadn't mentioned. Like you're starting to get really good and you're like, well, I really need a better whistle because I'm going to start going and playing gigs. Well, don't worry too much about that. I went to a concert once, this Celtic group, and they're playing, and this guy pulls out a whistle to play, and I look at the whistle he's playing, I'm like, you're playing that? And it was a whistle I have that I've I'm not a fan of that one. But he loved it. It's inexpensive. See, I don't know what you're going to love. That's why we introduce many whistles. So with those factors in mind, we're a community. I think I help the community by saying, here are some options for you. Don't just go out and throw money at something. Here are whistles available for you. So I also say one other thing to consider here. I also say that money should not be your first consideration. Please don't hear me saying spend as much as you can. What I'm saying by that is find out what tone qualities you want, find out the playability you want, then see what whistles are available in that range. And my budget line says go down the bottom somewhere or go in the middle of that. I think if you do the playability stuff, you're more likely to choose a mid-range whistle than you are one of the cheaper ones. Although with that said, Um, Two of my three favorite high D whistles cost under $100. And it's hard to pick up a high D that's worth playing for that. Although there are quite a few. I must be honest about that. One of the top two favorite low D whistles I got for under $200. So the money is not the issue. Playability, tone quality, and so think about that. So whistle reviews help us narrow the list of options of what we might want to buy, either for our first whistle, an additional whistle, or an upgrade. I hope that when I provide a whistle review, like I said, you never hear me saying, throw away what you have and buy this. Hear me saying, here's an option. I hope I and others can help you find your first whistle. I hope I and others can help you upgrade or add to your stable of whistles. I hope I and others can help you learn to play it well, my friends. Now, go grab those two songs and dive into them. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling, my friends.